You remember The Exorcist, the movie that gave a generation nightmares and made one young actress a worldwide name. But what if I told you the story of Linda Blair didn't stop with that role? Today we're looking at a surprising, controversial chapter in her life, a choice she made as an adult that shocked many people, and the bigger picture behind it. Stick around. It's more than a headline. First, a quick flashback. Linda Blair was a child actor who, at just 14, starred as Regan in The Exorcist. That single role carved her into pop culture history. She earned award nominations, interviews, and non-stop attention, and that kind of fame, especially at such a young age, creates a type of pressure most of us can barely imagine. Reporters wanted stories. Audiences wanted more. And the world didn't easily let go. As Linda moved into adulthood, she made a decision that surprised fans and critics alike. In the early 1980s, she took part in an editorial photo shoot that included images of her posing nude as an adult woman. Yes, those pictures were intentional and published with her consent. For many viewers, the images felt shocking because they had spent years thinking of Linda as the young girl from one of the most terrifying films ever made. Suddenly, that child star image and the grown woman's choices were colliding in public. Why did she do it? The short answer: to reclaim her image. Linda later explained that the photos were part of a larger attempt to be seen as an adult, not as the frightened child characters people kept associating her with. She wanted to break free from a role that followed her everywhere. For her, those photos were an assertion of control, a way to show she could decide how to present herself to the world. Reactions were immediate and loud. Some viewers were supportive, saying she had the right to define herself as she wished. Others were stunned, arguing the move was too provocative or an attempt to chase attention. The press amplified both sides, and the images remained a talking point for years. But like many controversial moments involving public figures, the story is more complicated than the initial shock. Here's the important part to remember. Linda was an adult when she made that choice. That matters. This wasn't a leaked childhood photo or something done without consent. It was a decision she made about her body and image as a grown woman and public figure. Understanding that context helps move the conversation away from gossip and toward a discussion about agency. What happened next is worth noting. The photos didn't define Linda's life or career. She kept working, shifted focus at times, and later dedicated energy to causes she cared about, including animal welfare. She proved that one headline doesn't erase a lifetime of work, and that people evolve. The images stayed in cultural conversation, yes, but they became one chapter among many in a long public life. What can we learn from this episode? First, public reaction often tells us more about cultural expectations than it does about the person in the photo. When someone who is famous as a child takes control of their adult image, it can make people uncomfortable because it breaks the narrative we've built. Second, choice and consent matter. If an adult chooses to present themselves differently, the respectful starting point is to consider their agency. Third, celebrities are people with long, complicated stories. One sensational moment rarely captures the full picture. It's also a reminder about how we talk about former child stars. They grow. They try new things. They make decisions that challenge the boxes we've placed them in. We can react with shock, or we can try to understand why they chose to move differently. If you're wondering whether Linda's photos were a stunt, an artistic choice, or a personal milestone, the truth is they probably contained elements of all three. In the end, they were part of her effort to be a person in her own right beyond a single famous role. Now I want to hear from you. Did this change how you see Linda Blair? Do you think moments like this are fair game for public debate, or should we give people more space to reinvent themselves? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you found this breakdown useful, hit that like button, subscribe for more thoughtful pop culture deep dives, and share this video with a friend who loves movie history. Thanks for watching, and next time you see a headline that shocks you, remember to look for the story behind the picture.